go a little deeper into some of the local congressional races because they could determine balance of power in the House.
That's right. So we'll welcome in Utica University Political Scientist Luke Perry. Luke, good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Good evening.
High-stakes races across the country, including right here. What are you reading from the battle for the 22nd? Brandon Williams, Francis Knoll, enough Democratic enrollment advantage in Onondaga County for Knoll, or how does the Oneida County play in there? Seems to favor Williams. What do you read on 22?
It's a toss-up right now. You've got an open seat with John Cacco and Claudia Tenney no longer running in this area. And you know, at the outset, I think Democrats were hopeful for a pickup. They had Francis Knoll running. He secured the nomination. He's run before. He raised more money. And what has transpired is a very close campaign. We've seen independent polling having Williams up at one point and then Knoll up at a later point. So coming down to Election Day here, I think it could go either way.
Wow, okay. That's one to watch, for sure. A few months ago, it seemed abortion would be the top issue. Now, economy, kitchen table issues, inflation seem to be top of mind with voters. How much are these issues going to impact local races?
Issues are certainly impactful, but I think to start, we have to recognize that partisanship is the biggest indicator of who people will vote for. So throughout a long campaign, which American elections are, certain issues will rise and fall, but at the end of the day, most people vote based on their partisan identification, and most people lean one way or the other, if not outright identify with the party. So certainly this cycle, I think economic issues are key, and I think that the Republicans in particular have made public safety an issue throughout New York State in a way that we haven't seen in some time.
Luke, how big of an impact might the governor's race play? Obviously, a little bit closer, at least the polls anyway, than some might have predicted, and they really have been pushing Hochul Zeldin to get people out to the polls. Could that impact other races on the ballot?
It certainly could. I think this is a difficult political climate for Democrats. Donald Trump, over the last 5 years, has helped Democrats maximize their power, both at the federal level in terms of controlling all the major parts of the U.S. government, and in New York State, having supermajorities in both chambers of the legislature and also controlling the governorship. So I think it's a difficult political climate right now for Democrats because Republicans have more enthusiasm to turn out and vote and make a change in terms of who holds power.
And what other key races in other parts of the country are you watching for tonight?
Well, I think it's all but certain that the Republicans will gain control of the House. So it will be interesting to see what districts flip. Probably many of the Democrats picked up in 2018 when they had a good midterm and the circumstances were reversed. I'm particularly interested in the Senate races. There's about a half dozen seats that were highlighted previously that are going to be heavily contested. And because the Senate split 50-50 with the vice president currently casting the tie-breaking vote, it really could go either way. And I think that'll be particularly interesting to watch is this night and the next few days of the poll.
Luke Perry from Utica University. Luke, thanks so much. Hopefully we'll be able to check back with you maybe tomorrow to see, hopefully we'll know results of some of these races. Many, maybe we won't by then. Thanks for joining us tonight, Luke.
My pleasure.